Hello daily drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's daily draft. We are starting our second full week of OTJ drafts here. We will have 5 drafts this week all the way through Friday. And after that I'll figure out what I'm doing past there. Potentially going to 3 per week, may keep it at 5. I'll decide by the end of this week and let you know. Because believe it or not, we have 4.5 weeks until previews, or until the full set for MH3, Modern Horizons 3 drops, which is going to be the summer set. And things move very quickly here nowadays in Magic Land. But we've got a pack one, pick one to get through here, and we got a really, really good pack. Honest Dretstein is incredible. Congregation Gryff is also very, very good. Mystical Tether's fine. Consuming Ashes is the second to best performing common in the entire set right now. We've got a good green Crime Land, a couple of Giant Beavers, and a Free Strider Lookout. All of these are very, very good, but the reason I'm going to take Free Strider Lookout, it's green, it's monocolored. I actually think Honest Dretstein might be a better card than Lookout in this situation. But it's really hard to pass up a monocolored rare in the best color in the set, which is green. So we're going to take that here. Last time we played this card, it was in a green-red deck. And it was pretty good there. If you have Deadeye Duelist, you can repeatedly do this every single turn. So I'm going to take the Spinewoods Armadillo here. 6 mana, 7/7 reach, ward 3. You can also discard it to get a desert or basic land into your hand and gain 3 life. There is Jolene here as well, but again, we're just going to stay green. No real reason to get away from that after we took the Free Strider Lookout first. Rush of Dread is a really good card. At least it was for me in the pre-release, but I don't know if it's continued to stay as high in my pick order. I haven't seen it yet. Now the question is, do I cut the only green card in Dance of the Tumbleweeds, or do I branch out into yet another color and take Rush of Dread here? These cards work perfectly together because the Tumbleweeds wants to ramp into Rush of Dread. This is a tough one here. I think Rush of Dread is the better card. But I think I'm going to take Tumbleweeds because it can fix if we want it to. It ramps, which we're going to want to with things like Armadillo in the deck, and it's a ramp payoff. It's one of the better green commons for these kind of decks, in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and take it here. That's a tough one. That's really close for me. All right, another good black card here. But I think I'm going to continue to delay the decision with Patient Naturalist. And take a 3 mana 2/3 ETBs, mill 3, put a land from among them into your hand, and if you can't, you make a treasure. If I had a Naturalist in my deck already, I would probably take the Hollow Marauder. Should I take that anyway? Am I going to really miss a Naturalist? If I go in green-black, I really will miss a Naturalist, but if I go in green-black, I probably am also going to miss a Marauder here, so this is a really close one for me. I'm just going to stay green. I do think the Marauder is better, and here is the point where I think I'm going to go into the Hollow Marauder life. The only green card is Free Strider Commando, which is fine. I don't think it's that good. There's also a Jailbreak Scheme, which I think is good. Magebane Lizard. What? 2 mana 1/4. Whenever a player casts a non-creature, it deals damage to that player equal to the number of non-creature spells they've cast this turn, including yourself. Thunder Salvo, but we're going to take a pretty easy Hollow Marauder here. Alright, green's gone. What's new? The kind of green cards we have don't really lend ourselves towards a green-white deck, but I'm not going to take a Boneyard Desecrator, I don't think. I'm not going to take Breaches. I could take Sterling Hound, and maybe that goes in our deck. Don't like Bovine Intervention. Ariad's Lullaby is fine, but probably not in green-white. So I guess I'll take the Arinx in the event that we can go green-white. If we're thinking green-black, Link Breaker could be okay with things like Corrupted Conviction, but if we're green-black, we really want to see the Rise of the Varmints and more self-mill as well. Lots of creatures are going to be really, really important for us. I think I'll take the green crime land here over take up the shield. And go from there. Green gone again. So when this ETBs, return up to one target non-fairy, non-land permanent you control to its owner's hand. If you do, you get a 1/1 counter on this. Is that better than... Honestly, all of this is kind of horrible. Vengeful Townfolk hasn't really gotten there in my opinion. I haven't seen anybody even play it. Shackle Slinger probably not happening today. I don't think... Well, you know what? Maybe we're like some green multicolor deck and Silver Deputy actually makes it into it, but who knows? Well, I do like Giant Beaver. I also like Festering Gulch. Both of those are pretty good. But I would very much like this neighbor to know that green is off limits for them today. Tumbleweed Rising is a fine card, but I don't think we need to take that here. We'll just take the Beaver. I could be convinced to take the Gulch there as well. But let's take Ambush Gigapede here. I don't think this is a card I want to play. But I don't think I need to go into blue for any of this stuff here. So we'll take this. You want to go into blue now? I guess I'll take the Desperado as like some defensive speed. And black has not particularly been open. Green, we are most likely to play green, it seems. And I think we might get hooked up with green in pack 2. And we might be able to delay the decision on our second color till pack 3. Unless we open like Terror of the Peaks or something. Then we're green-red. But we'll see what we open in pack 2 here. Don't really need the splash just yet, but there's plenty of bombs you can open in this set to potentially splash. Okay, Tumbleweed Rising, I said, not awful with cards like Armadillo and Beaver in the deck as well. And yeah, not thrilled with the first pack. We don't have a ton of synergy, but you know, I've seen worse packs here. Alright, we've got Badlands Revival. Return up to one target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield, and then one target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. It's pretty darn good with Spinewood's Armadillo, because that puts itself in the graveyard. There's another one here. There's also a Consuming Ashes and a Murder. Ashes won't come back around. Armadillo won't come back around. Maybe we get a Varmint or a Forlorn Flats on the wheel here. I do think Badland Revival is going to be pretty good in a deck with all this kind of stuff and playing a bunch of creatures here. I wouldn't mind getting another Armadillo now that we're going to have one of these. And I would love an Ashes and even a Murder, to be honest. But let's take Badlands Revival. Lots of good stuff here. Trash the Town is a card that has destroyed me. So 3 mana put a counter on a creature. 2 counters on a creature. 2 mana gives a creature trample. And then 2 mana whenever target creature deals combat damage to a player this turn, you draw 2 cards. And if you can do it all for 5, geez, you basically win. There's also Buried in the Garden, which we already do have a Creosote Heath, but there is Rictus Robber too. And Desert's Dew and Voracious Varmint. I think if we're going to lean into the black-green thing, we want to lean into playing creatures more than removal. I'll put some removal in the deck, but I think creatures are going to be important for things like Hollow Marauder, Badlands Revival, Patient Naturalist, things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and take and lean on the side of taking creatures here. There's a Concealed Courtyard, there's a Free Strider Commando, and an Overzealous Muscle. I guess there's also Shepherd of the Clouds. 5 mana 4/3 Flying Vigilance. When it ETBs, return target permanent with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. And if you control a mount, it goes to the battlefield. Currently have 2 mounts. This could be splashable in a green-black deck, honestly. So could Mystical Tether, but I think this could be interesting. It's also a creature. which is something we want. Let's take that here. Guess there's a beaver, which goes well with the shepherd. There's also a mirage mesa, which goes well with the shepherd, and that we want to splash it. But I think I'm going to take the beaver, considering I just took a card that cares about us having creatures and mounts here. I'm not going to void rend. The mesa is my second option here, but I'm going to go ahead and take the giant beaver. Ooh, I love a snakeskin veil. Always love having access to that, even in a creature-heavy deck. I don't think we need the muscle. So 3 mana, plot a card from your hand. Legendary creature enters, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. No, we don't even have any legendaries yet. So let's take the snakeskin veil here. Alright, green is gone, except for Jolene. Gigapede, I don't think I need that. We're not necessarily locked into black-green. In fact, I guess I'll take Jolene in the event that I get some good red cards here. Ooh, I do like Cactarantula. We'll need another desert or two to reliably make this 5 mana, but I do like this card. Go ahead and cut that here. Another Dance of the Tumbleweeds, a singular Rooftop Assassin. And Decisive Denial, which I don't think we're playing blue at all for. So, I guess I'll take the Tumbleweeds. We just don't have the cards that really care too much about you having creatures in your yard. I mean, we've got 11 of them in 16 cards here. Kind of 10 and 15 cards, because I don't know if we're playing Jolene. I'm thinking of myself as black-green splashing Shepherd. But I need some more black-green, like, uncommon payoffs. Honest Rutstein, but we passed that in pack 1, so we know that's not open. There is Voracious Varmint here. I don't think Pitiless Carnage is very good. I'll go ahead and take the Varmint. Wow, Trash the Town wheeled. Maybe that's something we could play. I don't think we'll take Canyon here. Alright, nothing here. Gotta get hooked up in pack 3. Another Sterling Hound? I mean, it's fine. Another Patient Naturalist, a Rise of the Varmints, another Armadillo would be good. We've got some things we could look for here. A black-white. Crime Land would probably be good. Throw from the Saddles would be fine. Yeah, we'll see what we can find here in the last pack. Alright, Duelist of the Mind, not for us. There is a Jagged Barrens, but we're not really touching red except for Jolene, which we don't necessarily need. There is a Spinewood Paladin here, though, and I do really like this card. We could take Congregation Gryff, and I wonder... So we're giving up Rictus Robber, Revival, and Marauder. If we take Gryff, we'll then have 3 mounts. Potentially 4. Kind of playing like a late game green-white mounts deck that may not even be that great. I think that has a higher upside than Paladin here, and I think black was pretty cut for us. Wow. Okay. Last one by the law. Great removal spell. Badlands Revival number 2. I don't know if the second one is as good as the first one. Consuming Ashes number 1 and Servant of the Stinger. 2 mana, 1/3 Death Touch. Whenever it deals combat damage, if you've committed a crime, you can sacrifice it and tutor a card to your hand. Oh, this is tough. think I'm taking Consuming Ashes and just locking in black-green. There's also Heartless Pillage, actually, too. Yeah, I guess I'm going to lock in black-green here. And green is pick 3, already gone. I can take Assassin. I don't think this is a Blood Hustler deck. I could actually take Conduit Pylons. It makes our Cactarantula better. So we're going to have to hope that black is open here in pack 3. That's a decent one. Mourner's Surprise. There's also Bristling Backwoods. Bucolic Ranch with 3 mounts. Or I guess kind of 4, but the Arinx and the Griff I don't think are going to make the cut here. So I guess I take Mourner's Surprise. Ah, there's a Lassoed by the Law. Rooftop Assassin, Fake Your Own Death, Gold Rush here. I could splash Lassoed by the Law as well as Shepherd. We're a little light on removal here. Let's take that. Tumbleweed Rising and literally nothing else. No black. No good white. Don't need to splash blue, so I guess we'll take this. Not thrilled with it. Skullduggery, Voracious Varmint, number 2. I think I'm just going to take the Skullduggery. We didn't really get there on another Snakeskin Veil, a Corrupted Conviction. The Conviction doesn't really work with what we're going for here. So I'm probably looking at something like this right now. So I'll take the Veil over Gardener and things. I do like Snakeskin Veil. Nothing here, not playing any of this. I guess Getaway Glamour, but I don't really need that either. Not playing anything here, and I doubt we're wheeling anything. So, I guess we could have been green-white or green-black with this. The black was clearly not open, but we do have a few really good black cards. Badlands Revival, Hollow Marauder, Rictus Robber, Consuming Ashes. We've got some good black cards here. It's just could have potentially also had a couple of good white cards and gone green-white. It's a late jailbreak scheme. I do like that card. And the last pick, Jin. All right, I'm going to go ahead and build this deck, and I'll see you after deck building. Okay, here's where I ended up after my deck build, and we didn't really get a ton of the synergies that care about like having a ton of creatures go into your yard and stuff. The Badlands Revival is just a good card with things like Armadillo. I put the Gigapede back in as well. We do have Double Dance to ramp and fix us for a Lassoed by the Law and a Shepherd. Couple of Sterling Hounds. Free Strider Lookout's pretty good here with Shepherd. It can bring that back to the battlefield. Giant Beaver, 2 mounts to help with this. Double Veil for protection. Trash the Town, we are able to fit it in. I think it's got high upside if they don't block. Mourner's Surprise and Revival as a way to get things back here. Consuming Ashes, Skullduggery, Lassoed. There's a couple ways to remove things as well. I don't think it's particularly great. We're missing a little bit of this energy, and we don't have a ton of bombs here. But I think a way to win in the format is play big things and then just out-muscle your opponents with the big things you do have. So, interested to give this one a shot here. And I'll see you in game number 1. Alright, starting on the draw. And we don't have a play till turn 3, but we have all 3 of our colors. And I haven't found that not playing until turn 3 is usually that much of a problem. I have not really gotten run over too much. We'll see if they play a 2-mana 3/2 here. No? Okay. Do this here, and the next turn we probably play Sterling Hound. We don't have a way to play Lookout and commit a crime. But if we hold off a turn, the Lookout holding up Skullduggery would be good. Oh, this is a nice combo that I can't do much about at the moment. And I can Consuming Ashes it next turn here, which means maybe I do want to play Lookout now. Yeah, I mean, if they kill this, I'm still going to Consuming Ashes the Vadmir more than likely. This Deadeye Duelist has so much synergy in the format. I mean, like, a one-mana way to repeatedly commit a crime every single turn is usually very good. Let's see if the Lookout does in fact die. Oh, see? Another incredible combo. Do I have to get rid of the Duelist here? I mean, this is the issue. This is the way to repeatedly commit the crimes. Feels horrible. But I just have to hope they don't have more ways to repeatedly commit crimes here, because this is a combo that if I don't interrupt, I'm going to lose very quickly. So they get a 4/4, they do that. We have to find another removal spell pretty much. Goes to the battlefield tapped, so I'll do this one here. Surveil 1, Snakeskin Veil. No, I think I need something slightly better. Yeah, Lasted by the Law will do. And then Trash the Town is also probably good enough. Am I blocking here? No. So I guess we'll just get in for 1. Or get in for 3 and then take 4 at least, maybe 5. If they have another way to commit a crime here. Okay, make a treasure and do what else? Blood Hustler. See, we got rid of their only ways to commit crimes, so that's good. But all these things have First Strike on their turn now. Oh, we're going to have to get Trash the Town on the bottom. I didn't even realize that because of the way this is going to work here. That's okay, though. Let's do that, and then we can actually, on their upkeep, Skullduggery the Blood Hustler. Hope they don't have... This isn't an instant speed way to commit a crime. That would not be great, but... Well... No, let's just wait for them to commit a crime if that's what they're going to do. And if they do, I can do Skullduggery in response. Oh, there is the way to commit the crime. It's attached to itself. Okay, let's do this then. I guess I can do Skullduggery on this, but I just have to hope that they don't have a trick or removal. I mean, yeah, I guess I'll do it here. I can get rid of the Mercenary. If they do this in response, I can also... Yeah, I didn't think they would. So, target this one, target that one, commit the crime here. Let's see what their response is. Alright, they do have removal, it looks like. At least they're thinking about it. Oh, copy it. Choose new targets. Interesting. Okay. Okay, sure. Yeah, all that happens. Okay. And it gets First Strike because of that. Yikes. Alright, I gotta do this now while they're tapped out. Get rid of this Blood Hustler, I think. And then play Sterling Hound. Don't need either of those things. Now trade... Oh wait, no, this thing still has First Strike. I had totally forgotten about that. Okay, take 4. Prickly Pear. All these have First Strike, and all my things have 2 toughness. Oh, it doesn't even come in tapped. Can I do both of these? So this costs 6 mana, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I can't do both. Something I can do is cycle this for surprise gain 3 life, which could actually be relevant. Casts a non-creature spell. Yeah, that's fine. And we held him back. Okay. Do we attack for 10? We're at 6. Let's see what we mill here. Because this thing attacks into... I mean, we can play the Armadillo. It's got Ward 3. It's going to be very hard for them to kill that. So let's attack here. I figured they would do that. And then we play this, and I don't think they're going to be able to kill that thing. Yeah. Ooh, Shepherd. Do we have a mount? We do not have a mount. So it goes to the hand then, right? So 8, 9, 10, 11. So we could get a 6-drop to the hand. So we could get Gigapede here. That's pretty good. We could also get Cactarantula, but that doesn't do exactly what we want it to. The Gigapede gets rid of their 3/2. Oh, 3 or less. Sure. For some reason I thought it was anything, but it was if you had a mount, you get any... It goes to the battlefield. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, let's try this. Okay. And we have probably gone big enough here, I would think. And I thought right. See, just play enough big creatures and it's good enough in the format. And hey, look, we get to see our rank again. Alright, we are on the play here. And we've got 3 chances at a black and could potentially bin something pretty big with the Sterling Hound to get that back with Badlands Revival if we do find a black. If we find 2 blacks, Consuming Ashes is online here. Again, the format is not very fast in my opinion. So I think keeping this is actually not the end of the world. And if we can find, like, a swamp in our next 2 draw steps, and then bin a big creature, Badlands Revivals are going to be looking pretty good. That was probably one of the worst draws we could have had. Alright, we're just going to lose to green-white, it looks like, unfortunately. the best deck in the format, and they've got quite the curve out here. And we were not able to bin a big creature. Yeah, I mean, I'll trade a Snakeskin Veil for a Congregation Gryph. I think I'm fine with that, to be honest. What else you got? A second one? Sure. Okay, let's go to combat. Get in. What do they have for a single white mana? I don't know the format well enough yet to know what that could be. I really would like to get white, but I need a second black as well, so I guess the best way to do that is get conduit pylons? Sure. Do I want to draw a swamp? Actually, I don't think I do. I can still cast Ashes. It would cost me 5 to do it based off of my mana situation right now, but I can do that. Oh, so now we just lose. What is this garbage? Yeah, we're just way dead at this point now. Like, so unbelievably dead. Why are they having, like, full control on here? Yeah, this is pretty much, we're pretty much done. Yeah, I don't need either of those really. We just haven't, this game we haven't drawn very well. Yeah, they have an absolutely busted version of the best deck in the format, unfortunately for us. Revival's not doing anything. Lookout has reach, but that's not going to be enough. Tumbleweeds doesn't do much either. Yeah, that was that deck's going to go 7-0. There's really nothing to it. Alright, awkward hand here. We are on the draw. We've got a couple chances to draw a couple good things here, though, so I'll keep it and hope they don't have a 1-drop. There's the 1-drop. And, dance on 3. If we can draw a 2-drop, that would be great. That way we could dance, get a swamp, and still hold up Skullduggery and kill this thing. Okay, 1-drop, 2-drop, and we're not doing much over here. we've done a lot of surveilling with Badlands Revival in our hand, and have yet to hit anything of remote significance. In fact, I think every surveil we've had has been a land. There's the 2-drop, 1 turn off curve. Yeah, sure. Do I just do Skullduggery now so they don't have, like, Corrupted Conviction or something? I think so. I'm just gonna do this while I have the opening here. Sure, I'll trade your Link Breaker, or I'll trade your Combat Trick for this. Wouldn't be great if it's Fake Your Own Death, but we're gonna get that out of their hand at some point. Although so if it's Fake Your Own Death, they get a 1/1 and then get their 1/1 back. There are better things they could be using Fake Your Own Death on. So let's let them use Fake Your Own Death here. Oh, Skullduggery, that's even worse. Yeah, I hadn't considered that one for some reason. Gosh, Consuming Ashes is not very good on this board. But the Tumbleweeds, I really need to save that for X equals 6. So I probably have to take 4 here and then see if they play anything post-combat that's worth ashesing. Because I don't really want to Consuming Ashes any of this, to be honest. But I'll do it on their end step on something, just because if it's mana value 3 or less, the Revival is going to get it back. Okay, this is interesting here because they have plans to use this mana, clearly. They didn't attack with it. So I'm just going to get rid of it. And Surveil 2, and if I hit a decent creature, then Revival's actually going to do something next turn. I really hope they're not going to play some 4-mana bomb, though. I did not hit a decent creature. In fact, I didn't really hit anything. Oh, they can't do anything. Okay. Alright, this goes to the battlefield. And this goes to my hand. The world's worst Badlands Revival. Yeah, I'll keep Trash the Town. So they've got maybe like a bunch of white cards or something, or a bunch of 5 and 6 drops. Both of which could be pretty bad for us. Alright, let's see what the 5-drop is then. My guess is a Spinewoods Paladin. Nothing. Okay. Oh, they still don't have anything. Well, I mean, if they don't have a single play, then let's make sure we tap right here. We could potentially draw Snakeskin Veil, which I would like to keep up. So let's do all of this. Okay. Getting back Vault Plunderer, making a mercenary, playing Vault Plunderer. Yeah. I guess we just don't get the desert here. And then we can cast Varmint off of an untapped land. Oh, we don't even have to... Oh, it's in the yard, I see. Okay. And then we'll do this here. And... yeah, I should have attacked first. I didn't think I was going to be attacking. I forgot I was making an 8/8, to be honest. Now, if they just kill the 8/8 here... yeah, they definitely should have attacked pre-combat, obviously. You can trade with both of these, though. That's not the end of the world. We have the bigger threats at the moment. Don't know why they would willingly give up the last mercenary as well, but I'll take it. Alright, 6 mana. Now they've got the big haymakers, and they had a bunch of cards in hand they couldn't cast. So either they're just like really mana screwed, or now they're going to start dropping big boys. Oh, they have their own dance for 7. Sure. Could potentially... there's the white. Okay, that's what I... oh no, they didn't even do it for 6. They really needed a white card that they wanted to cast here. What is it? Buried in the Garden. That makes sense. Okay, get rid of the 8/8. Hit us for 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got rid of a Badlands Revival with not great target, so that makes sense. Yeah, both of those are... they seem okay. Let's flip them here. Let's do that. Next turn we play Shepherd and get back Sterling Hound, which is the only other creature, which is fine. Oh, non-land... no, target permanent card. So yeah, it's going to be Sterling Hound or a desert, but I'll take the Sterling Hound here. Oh. So we just lose. That's what they were waiting on. Yeah, we just lose. Okay. Well, GG for Villainous Wealth, I guess. Wow. We set that up for them too, didn't we? Yeah, sure. So this can target that, but that doesn't really do us any good anymore. Alright, go ahead. And now we have to block Shepherd, go to 3. They could technically Vault Plunder us and then have us dead on board next turn. Let's see what they choose here. Probably target themselves. Yeah. They find one way to commit a crime and we don't find a removal spell or a flyer here, and then we do lose. That's what Villainous Wealth does to you. It gets rid of the best cards on the top of our deck and puts them on the battlefield for them. So, sure. And we're going to lose to Villainous Wealth. This has Vigilance. So does that, but that can't attack. That thing has reach. That would have been an answer for the Raven for a moment. Of course, we milled it. I don't know if we have any more removal in the deck, to be honest. I guess we have Lassoed by the Law still in the deck. But if they top deck anyway to commit a crime here, we do lose. No blue sources, except for the Buried in the Garden. And they were able to cast the Wealth there. Okay, go to 1. Guess we're top decking Lassoed by the Law or dead. And even if we top deck Lassoed by the Law, they still have 3 attackers. We will have a Mercenary to block, I guess, so that's something. But we didn't. So we lose to Villainous Wealth. Boo. Alright, opponent goes first. We're on the draw. We got all of our colors of mana. Skullduggery can't do anything yet. Mourner's Surprise can only hit something that hits the graveyard, and this is a 6-drop. Boy, we're going to have to rely on Conduit Pylons of potentially finding a creature to put into the yard here. I'll take it, because now we can actually Mourner's Surprise and make a 1/1 next turn. And then go from there. Because then Skullduggery can, like, actually do something at this point now. Oh, I see. They needed the treasure to cast that. Okay. Let's just go ahead and cast this and hold up Skullduggery here. They're just gonna, like, keep doing this and casting red spells. No. Could have saved that for the Rictus Robber, but the only reason I didn't is because we need 2 black mana to do this and that in the same turn and get that trigger, so didn't think it was necessarily worth it. See if they trade with Prickly Pear. I'll just play a Giant Beaver. And if they do trade, I can use Shepherd of the Clouds next turn to get it right back to the battlefield as long as the Beaver's still alive. Because that is a mount. Going hard with the Treasure Dredger. Patient Naturalist. Yeah, just cast in all the colors that you don't have access to. Alright, let's do this. Get back that to the battlefield. Sal it up. Put a 1/1 on target creature. So let's do... the Varmint actually would be a better target for the counter here, I think. Because they're going to want to kill this if they can anyway. So let's do this. Go to combat. Put the counter over here. And end the turn. Alright, they found their mountain. Treasure Dredger, here we go. What do you got now? 5 mana? Buried in the Garden, probably. Well, I don't know. Oh, they have to get rid of the Varmint, otherwise the Varmint can kill the Buried in the Garden. That makes sense. Sure. Now there's lots I can do here. Can play Sterling Hound and plot Rictus Robber, and then crew with Sterling Hound. Or I guess saddle Sterling Hound here. I can flash in Gigapede, but that doesn't seem super great. I can play Robber, but then I burn 2 mana. So let's do this. Let's play Sterling Hound and probably plot Rictus Robber here. Well... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, so I can't even cast that right now unless something dies. So let's do this. Those both seem actually okay. Give it here, saddle here. Get in with both, put the counter there. And then plot that. I really hope they don't have like another Villainous Wealth or something stupid. They've got Swamp, Island, Mountain, and cast a Buried in the Garden off of that, so good for them. Go ahead and put this here. I can actually flash in the Gigapede here to kind of mess with combat if they try to go for a double block, and then also play Rictus Robber, get a 4/3 and a 2/2, and that should probably do it, I think. Yeah, I figured they would do something like this here. Yeah, because then I kill them, they lose all their creatures, I keep all of mine, and I get a 4/3 and a 2/2 and a 6/2 and everything. So that worked out. Okay, well here is the hand of the 3-drops. Guess we'll keep it. And I'll figure out what to play when I get there. Oh, another 3-drop. I mean, it's 2, but you can't cast it unless you at least spree for +1. Okay. What should we play? Probably, at this point, Patient Naturalist? It blocks both of their 2/2s just fine. What do they have for 1 white mana? Alright, milled a Mourner's Surprise and a Trash the Town. Didn't put any creatures in the yard. Okay, there's the green. Green-white. Good old green-white. They could have, like, Path to Exile, I guess. What do we play here? I could do Dance of the Tumbleweeds, get a land, and have 2 mana left, but that doesn't do much for me. I'd much rather cast this for 6 when I can start dropping Haymakers here. So let's go to combat and see if they want to tap something down here. Looks like they do, that's fine. And then... yeah, this blocks these well enough, I guess. So we'll just play this. The Sterling Hound doesn't do much on this board. Is it Path to Exile? It is exactly Path to Exile. Okay, sure. That means next turn we can do a dance for 6. Little did they know I wasn't planning on targeting their creatures very much here. Okay, let's go to combat, see if they want to tap this thing down. Sure. Do this here. Go get... do I care about the Desert Ping or the Conduit Pylons here? Probably the Conduit Pylons. Get a Surveil out of this one? Let's do that. Gigapede. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 8 mana next turn. That's not the greatest. No. Sure, I guess. It kills a Keykeeper at the very least, and it could block a bigger creature if they play one. Alright, see if you want to tap these down here. I'm sure they'll tap at least the 7/7. Okay. What do they have? Take up the shield. Well, it's not the most mana efficient thing to do, but I'm going to go ahead and do this here then. Just get the 2-for-1 while I can. I mean, we're at 16. We're not under a ton of pressure here. You probably wanted to wait till this was on the stack and do it to this guy, but sure. Okay, 3-3 and a 3-4. Sure. Ooh, Snakeskin Veil, not horrible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we could still have 3 or potentially 4 mana if we get an untapped land left with Dance of the Tumbleweeds here. So I don't feel like I have to lasso by the law either of these things. I'm fine trading Gigapede for either of them. They have to have something pretty good to get out of this situation here. Because I'm about to make a 10-10 or something with Dance of the Tumbleweeds. This card is really good. It's been enormously impressive in these games. I guess I could have gotten a green and held Snakeskin Veil up, but, I mean, it's not the end of the world. I think we're doing okay here. Oh, they kept it on top immediately. Do they have a way to survive? Currently not. Yeah, we should win pretty easily here. So let's just go to combat, Snakeskin Veil, protect whatever they try to tap, and hit them for 22. Alright, we're going to start on the play here now. Gosh, if we can find 1 land in 2 turns, we have double Sterling Hound to really go off here. I don't think we can afford to send this back. Obviously, this could, like, go horribly wrong for us, but if we can find a single land in 2 draws, then we're set for the rest of the game. So cross your fingers, we've got 2 chances at a land here. Nope, got 1 more chance. And we did find it. Awesome, let's go. Let's just play the Sterling Hound. Oh man, both, gosh. I need the conduit pylons. Can I afford to keep Snakeskin Veil though? I've got enough threats. I think if they kill any one of my threats, I think I'll be okay. So I'll take pylons, probably play beaver next turn. Yeah, I'll take another land. Yeah, let's just play beaver here. Down goes beaver. I guess Sterling Hound next turn? It's not the most mana efficient thing. I guess I could Dance of the Tumbleweeds and then also Sterling Hound, but gosh, doing this for 6 is so much better than doing it for just 3. Yeah, I think I'm going to save it. I'm not under a ton of pressure at the moment. gosh, this still makes my mana situation really awkward. I wonder if I just did this, and then if I top deck the land, I can shepherd back the Lookout or something. Yeah, gosh, my mana situation is just really awkward. And if I keep either one of these on top, I can't do much more than just cast. I guess I can cast Dance next turn and then also play a Lookout. I give up on the value of casting that for 6 at some point, though. And we don't even have Crimes we're committing, necessarily. Yeah, it's one of the best cards in our deck. Even if we don't necessarily have Crimes we're committing, I think I'm just going to do Dance next turn and then also cast Lookout here. Do I want to attack? I don't think I'm in a position to attack here. I'd rather block. I don't have a mount, so if something dies, this will just bring something to my hand, which is still okay. Well, good news, I guess, for me is that I only have mana value 4 or greater, so let's do this. Got a Sterling Hound or a Giant Beaver we could get back. We're not committing any Crimes currently. And if we get back a 3-drop, we also can't cast it this turn. Let's just get this thing back then, and then hold it, and then I guess block Marauder with Lookout, because we're just not planning on using this at all currently. Could be a problem. See what we find on the top here. The answer is nothing. And go ahead, I guess. How do I do this? Do I double block a cool? Or do I just single... Oh my god, that's not good. Okay. They have +2/+0 for all their Outlaws, I guess. So everything is going to die here. So, I mean, if I do this, then everything except a cool dies. And I have to top deck removal at some point. Yeah. They kind of have to cast it if that is what they have, +2/+0 for everything. I'm assuming that is it. Thunder Salvo, and what else? Another Thunder Salvo? There's the Outlaws Fury, okay. Alright, so they got to keep their Blood Hustler, and now we are currently almost dead on board here. Have to do this now because they can ping that. So now we need to find removal in this turn alone. Consuming Ashes off the top. Well, that saves us for a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have to chump with the Shepherd. We kind of have to get this so we can try to stave off. Oh, that's got trample. Oh, that does it. Darn. Okay. So we went 3 and 3 with this deck that wasn't particularly synergistic or necessarily powerful. That card, I've now drafted it twice, that green rare. Green isn't like super interested in committing crime, so this card is like not actually that good. I mean, it's pretty good. It's not that good. Dance of the Tumbleweeds, though, man, what a card. That's a great card. Trash the Town is good. You know, we just had a couple of filler cards like Gigapede and some things that weren't exactly what we wanted here. Double Sterling Hound. We didn't get any of the green-black synergies really necessarily, so it is what it is. Another mediocre finish for us in Outlaws of Thunder Junction. What's new? Not much. We have 1 trophy in the format and a bunch of 2-3s, 3-3s, and 4-3s. That's everything else. So, thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see y'all tomorrow for your daily draft.